laboratories, the analogy that I would throw out there is this. I could show you a PowerPoint about all the features of a bicycle, the handlebars and the seat and the pedals and the wheels, and we could talk about all the features and how they work together. And I could show you videos of people riding bicycles, but you won't learn how to ride a bicycle from that. And so the lab stuff is definitely a challenge. There's certain skills that you're just not going to learn very well in that kind of a online or remote video kind of setting. You really need to hands-on do it. Trying to teach students how to identify rock types. So I've been doing a lot of video demonstrations for labs. Certain things do not transfer well. Some of the things we can scan, photos, maps, other images, other imagery, put it in a Word document. But, some of my maps that they would use in lab are this big. I don't know what to do with that. So some things have been kind of scrapped, but we were able to transfer a lot of things. We're able to do video demonstrations of certain things or processes, and you have students watch the video and then answer some questions about what they observed. So you can do okay that way. Again, it's not the same though. You're really not going to accomplish all the same learning goals. You're not going to teach someone how to ride a bike online. But I feel like you have to use video to do it as best you can. They need to see things moving, in order to get a better sense of what's happening. A still photo just won't cut it. I think it's going fairly well for me, but again, having a lot of those skills already in place that I could transfer easily was a huge help. That really, in some ways, came about because years ago when we did the COOL training, one of the things that I took from that was that if I was going to significantly invest in online teaching, then I was going to need to be better equipped to do video. So that helped me be prepared for this event. For it to be as good is more work. The question of how do you convert the labs, I think, is the biggest one. So we produced a document here, and we did it in Word. What we did is we created basically a lot of scanned things. So we were taking photographs and entering them. Normally these photos would not be in here. These would be samples that they would see in the lab, and they could pick up and touch and look at. And we also created some videos. Jerry created this one down here, and I created these two. We basically created a form in Word, but the only thing they can edit it in here is the answer boxes. And I would say this worked fairly well for the laboratory experience. The other thing we did was in the conferences, the TAs are doing, I pared it down to a smaller subset of our TAs. I have them running a help session every week. Mm-hmm. It's not been stellar, but it's been what I had hoped for, so that has gone fairly well. Mm-hmm. So those things have gone well. The biggest challenge is the loss of a controlled environment. You cannot monitor them while they're taking the test. You cannot make sure that the room is well lit or free of distractions, or if they need to be moved somewhere. You've lost control of that environment, and that changes the game for testing for sure. Keep believing in the mission, and keep believing in your students, and keep expecting excellence. It matters that we set the tone for high standard. I think it's easy for them to have gotten away from campus and gotten disconnected from what's going on here and getting off their time schedule, just like we have. And that separation can, your priorities can change, and going to school suddenly can slip away in terms of its importance to your daily life. So we need to continue to set the bar, expect them to do well, and expect the same from ourselves, of course, which I'm sure people are doing. I think it'll be okay. So, in fact, I'm sure it will.